This week Parashat Vayechi, last Parasha of Sefer Bereshit. Very interesting. Parasha, it finishes up the first Sefer Bereshit. We know that we have 5 Sefarim, and the first Sefer is called Sefer Bereshit. What does Bereshit means? Bereshit means in the beginning. Bereshit Parashat Shemayim V'Taaretz. We talked about creation, we talked about Avot, and now this Sefer has to come to an end. Now it's an interesting question. What should be the end of the Sefer Bereshit? How should we end up this Sefer? This Sefer, it starts from creation of Adam Arishon, creation of the world, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu developed people on earth, life, communities, and all of a sudden it's coming to an end. Now the question is, what should be the end of the Sefer Bereshit? Now we know that in life, people create different cults, different philosophy, different cultures, and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. And that's Sefer Bereshit. The creation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't have limit. It goes and it goes and it goes. Now, what should be the last Bereshit in the creation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Imagine creation happened, and it's happening, and Bereshit, in the beginning. Any beginning starts. Now, it makes sense. The name of a Sefer is the essence of that thing. Names are the essence. Say that in Torah, if object is called Shulchan, means the Shulchan is the best modification for this object. If we know Kabbalah, we could take out all of the physics and all of the things that we need to know about table in the letters of Shulchan. If a house is called Bayit, Bet Yud Tav is the best letters to modify Bayit. All of the architect, all of the things that you need to know about making a house, the skeleton of it, everything lies in these letters. Now, if Torah calls the Sefer Bereshit, means that's the essence of the Sefer. What's the essence of the Sefer? Beginning. And life and creation goes on and goes on. Now, what makes sense to be the last point in Sefer Bereshit? Logically, it makes sense that the last Bereshit that brings the world to perfection to be the last part of the Sefer. If you notice, what's the last piece of the Sefer? Last piece of the Sefer is the 70 children of Kahal Israel going to Mitzrayim. Hazal tell us these 70 neshamot, these 70 power, these 7 kochot, they are going to build up Am Israel, to create Am Israel. The creation of Am Israel through this 70 is the last Bereshit of the creation. We don't need any more Bereshit. That's the beginning. It's the beginning for finalizing the creation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That beginning is taking place in the last parasha in Torah. And Yaakov Avinu brings out the point of each one, the role of each one in this creation, that you're going to bring the Malchut of Hashem. Therefore, the last point in Parashat Bereshit is these 70 people, they go down to Mitzrayim. If you notice, the last letter in the Sefer is B'Mitzrayim. It's unbelievable. All of the Bereshit, all of the things has to end up B'Mitzrayim. The word of Mitzrayim should have been Israel. It should have been, a lot of other words. How come the last word in Sefer Bereshit is Mitzrayim? It's unbelievable. Why should they pick on Mitzrayim to be the last word of Sefer Bereshit? Sefer Bereshit is the end of all of the Reshit of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And all of a sudden we see that the Mitzrayim is the last letter. There's a pasuk in Shir HaShirim. Perek Aleph, pasuk Vav. Al tir'u nishani shechar choret. Knesset Israel says, don't look at me that I'm black. This shachor, this blackness, this dirt that's on me is not dirt that comes from internal. It's not internal, it's external. The sun made me to be dark. It's not part of me. The children of my mother, they enticed me. They made me to watch the kramim, the vineyards. They made me to be, not to keep my vineyard, and I kept on it. They made me to be over Avodah Zarah. I forgot about my God, and I went to other gods. Who did that? Bnei Imi, the children of my mother. Unbelievable Rashi. Rashi says, who is Bnei Imi? Who are the children of my mother? Qahal Israel says, I have a mother, and I'm Qahal Israel, and this mother has children. And the children of my mother enticed me to be Avodah Zarah. Who are these children? Who are these children of my mother? Who is the mother? Who is Bnei Imi? Listen to Rashi. Rashi says, Hem Bnei Misraim. Hem Bnei Misraim. Shegiddalti bahem. Ve'alu imi be'erev rav. Hem nicharu behe hasotam pituyam. Unbelievable Rashi. Rashi says, Bnei Imi are Bnei Misraim. Why? Because Misraim is my mother. Shegiddalti bahem. Because what does a mother do? Mother raised up children. Who raised up Qahal Israel? Misraim. Shegiddalti bahem. I grew up in Misraim. Misraim is womb for Qahal Israel. Misraim is Imi. The Imi that made me. The mother that made me. Now, there's a pasuk in Torah. Torah says that I took you out of Misraim. I took you from Kur HaKivshan. What does Kur HaKivshan mean? Rashi says, melting furnace, pot, furnace. What does melting furnace do? What does melting pot do? You have iron, whatever that you have, it's a pure iron with things that are not pure, stone with it. You put in melting pot, and the pure iron comes out. Like Torah tells us, Misraim is my mother, Imi is Kur HaKivshan. The last letter in Parashat Bereshit is Misraim, because the purpose of our life is to build up ourselves. Why don't we understand? All purpose of creation is Misraim. What happened in Misraim? The Qahal Israel became Qahal Israel. That's the purpose of creation. Through all of the suffering, all of what we went through with Paro, at the end, the Qahal Israel became Qahal Israel. If you notice in Torah, the first time that we have reference about the nation of Israel, who calls Qahal Israel, who calls Qahal Israel, Torah says, Paro says, Bnei Israel Rabatzum. Sefer Shemot, Perek Aleph, Pasuk Tet, Bnei Israel. They became in this womb. Therefore, comes out the Sefer Bereshit ends up with Misraim to tell us what is the tachlit of life. What's the purpose that we are here for? We are here to be Kur HaKivshan. Why don't we understand? To purify ourselves, to become what we are. We become the shiny and get out all of the dirt. Sometimes we need challenges in life. Sometimes we need Paro to decree against us, to take away that dirt, to take away that impurity. It's not simple. The Gemara says, Liba de inshi. The heart of a person is a person. People are people. They need sometimes to be polished. They need sometimes to become purified. And Misraim did the job. And that becomes the epitome of the creation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because at the end of the day, the purpose of creation is to become better, to improve ourselves. Imagine somebody as a Nisayon, it's so frustrating. He has to go through pain, he has to go through working hard. Woe, the Gemara says, woe on me because of Sisri, woe on me because of my Yetzer Hara, my Hashem. Sometimes it's challenging, it's pressing. But what one could tell himself that, all of the purpose of creation is for this. Bereshit, the purpose is Mitzrayim. That I should be omed on this Nisayon. Don't forget, the classic Sefer Musar Mesilat Yesharim tells us what is our job on this earth. La'amot b'nisayon. We have test and we have test. To be omed on the test. See, sometimes we lose ourselves. We are not proud of ourselves when we are standing our honesty in life, our tests in life. It drags us, it frustrates us, and that's it. That's the end of it. No, the end has to be much nicer than that. Once we could be honored on it, once we stand on it, as a family, as a team together, we have to celebrate. We have to be proud of it. That Baruch Hashem, we were able to omed on this Nisayon. We were able to make a crown for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We were able to do something for all Kahal Israel, to bring the Geula for Kahal Israel. Every test and test dictates that. Every test and test is not random. It's not something that happens. HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought in the world. The Gemara says that somebody was very poor, and his destiny was to be very poor. He did something great. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him, what do you want me to do? He says, Hashem, please take away the poorness from me. I don't want to be poor. Hashem tells him that if I want to do that, I have to be machriv my word and to create a new world. And in that new world, maybe you are not poor. Unbelievable answer. If somebody would say such an answer, you would kick him out of the Beit HaMidrash. You would tell him, you are not a ma'amin. You don't understand what HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem could do everything. See, what's this answer? What is this answer? This answer is for us to understand our challenging in life is not random. It's not a matter that HaKadosh Baruch Hu desires like that, or HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a mechanism of his creation. Why don't we understand? Hashem is trying to give this message to us that what you are going through is not just what you are going through. It's a mechanism of my burial. You are the pillars of my building. If I destroy that, imagine HaKadosh Baruch Hu would tell him, oh, okay, I go with it. It's disaster. We want such a God. We want such a HaKadosh Baruch Hu that with the snap of finger changes things. It's random. No! Hashem is saying, this is the tachlit of your creation. You did such a wonderful job in this mechanism. We want to change the mechanism. You are healer of my creation. We have to change everything. And in a new dimension, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to be accomplishing so much that we accomplish. I don't know. We don't know. This is the point that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling him. This is the point that Hashem is giving a message to him and to us. A lot of times in the student of life, the first Sefer Bereshit is a Sefer to give us the direction of understanding of creation, of all creation, children, families, communities. Our job is to be Mitzrayim. What happened in Mitzrayim? We raised up, we became a nation. We left our hatred. We left our being departed from each other. All the High Israel came hand to hand, under the pressures, under the things. Everybody hold each other's hands and to be mechazek each other, to give chizuk to each other. And that made the nation, and that's the purpose of the Beriah. That's the purpose of creation. And that's why the Sefer finishes up with 70 children, 70 powers that they go to Mitzrayim the womb to create Am Israel.